Hi guys, welcome to Unit 3, Lesson 9, Solve Equations with Vertical Angles. So, today's our second day with vertical angles. Just as a reminder, vertical angles are the angles that are formed and they are across from each other when two lines intersect. So in this case, this angle is a vertical angle with that one. And then this angle is a vertical angle with this one. And we could label these as 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1 and 3 would be vertical to each other, and then 2 and 4 are also vertical to each other. The other thing that we need to remember is that they are equal to each other. They're congruent. So 1 is the exact same measure as angle 3. 2 is the same measure as angle 4. Okay, so those are just some things to keep in mind as we move forward, and hopefully sounds familiar from yesterday. All right, let's get into some examples. My first example today is number 2 on your practice. Two intersecting lines create 4 angles. Angle 2 and angle 4 are a vertical pair. Oh, just like that one. Their sum of their measures is equal to 110 degrees. What equation will solve for the value of each? Now, so I chose this one mostly because of the wording and the way they have the equations set up. Okay, so we could even use this picture if we wanted to, right? So they're vertical, which means they're equal or congruent, right? So, but notice it says their sum of their measures is equal to 110 degrees. So their sum, meaning, like, let me draw another one down here. Let's say this is angle 2 and this is angle 4, which means this would be 1 and 3. Okay, so the sum of these two, well, we don't know what those are right now, so I could label those as x, and they would both be x because they're equal to each other, right? They're the same thing. Well, if the sum of those two equals 110 degrees, that means it's like x plus x degrees equals 110 degrees. Well, if we have x plus x, that means we have two x's, right? 1x plus 1x equals 2x is 110 degrees. That's this up here, right? In your problem on the computer, you're going to fill in the blank for these. Well, look at that. That's what this is. So you have 2x, it's 110 degrees, right? And then to solve, we would cut 110 in half, right? Or divide by 2, which could also be accomplished by solving this equation. Okay, so hopefully this step right here kind of makes it make a little more sense on how they got here. All right, number 2, which is also number 5 on your practice. Okay, oh, and good thing I wrote a note. This will also help you with number 1. Okay, in a geometric figure, two intersecting lines create 4 angles, where angle 1 and angle 3 are a vertical pair. If the measure of angle 1 equals 3x minus 25 and the measure of angle 3 equals 104, what is the value of x? So again, a lot of this is vocab based. You can draw a picture if you want to, but we don't have to, okay? But if you are a visual person and you're like, I don't know what they're talking about, Miss Angel, okay, that's fine. Let's talk about it. Let's see, we've got angle 1, angle 1 and angle 3, because it says that they are vertical pair. They're a vertical pair, which means they're opposite of each other. So this could be like angle 2 and angle 4. And then it says that the measure of angle 1 is 3x minus 25. And the measure of angle 3 is 104. Okay, well, from what we understand and what we know about vertical angles, we know that those are equal to each other. So to set up our equation and to solve for x, we need to say, okay, 3x minus 25 is equal to 104. right? Those equal each other because of their relationship. And then we solve. So in this case, let's see, we've got, oops, right now I am subtracting 25. In order to get rid of it, I'm going to add 25. So those will cancel, and I'm left with 3x equals 129. Oh, that's a funky number. Okay, divide by 3, divide by 3. Okay, they'll cancel on the left. And then, let's see here, it's not as bad as it looks though. I mean, you can check your work in a calculator, but we can think 9 divided by 3 is 3. 120 divided by 3 is 40. So x should be equal to 43. I'll check it on a calculator just to be safe, right? Because that's just always good practice. 129 divided by 3 is 43. So what is the value of x? X is 43. That's our final answer. Our third problem today comes from number 5 on your quick check. For two vertical angles with the measure of angle 2 as 5x plus 23 and the measure of angle 4 is 3x plus 35, what is the measure of each angle? Okay, so there's quite a few things in here. Well, if they're vertical pairs, that means they're opposite of each other. So we could have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 2 and 4 are opposite. They're vertical. They're also equal to each other. So 2, we said 5x plus 23, and then 3x plus 35 for angle 4. But equation-wise, we can set them equal. 5x plus 23 equals 3x plus 35. Okay? It might look big and scary, but it's not at all. All right? We know how to work with this stuff. The first thing that we need to do is we need to get the variable on one side of the equation. Right now we have it on 2. All right? And that might be where it looks a little messy. But 3x minus 3x, right? Those cancel. That would be 0x. And so we're left with 35 on the right. And then whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So 5x minus 3x is 2x plus 23. Okay? Oh, look at that. Now that the x is on one side, we know what we're doing. Okay? So right now I'm adding 23. To get rid of it, I'm going to subtract 23. So I'm left with 2x equals 12. Ooh, now that's nice, right? Divide by 2, divide by 2. They cancel on the left. I have x all by itself, which that's part of my goal to get to my answer, and then 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the final question though, and I kind of used a lot of my room, but is what is the measure of each angle? Well, now we need to take x and we need to put it back. Let's see. The measure of angle 2 equals 5x plus 23. Well, if x is equal to 6, we can say 5 times 6 plus 23. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 23. That gives me 53. So the measure of angle 2 is 53 degrees. We better hope that the measure of angle 4 is also 53 degrees, because otherwise Miss Angel messed up completely. So let's see, the measure of angle 4 equals 3 times 6 plus, I'm running out of room, 35. Better scoot over. Well, 3 times 6 is 18 plus 35. Well, let's see. 8 plus 5 is 13. We'll carry one of those ones, and then 30 plus 10 is 50. So we did, yay! Measure of angle 4 is 53 degrees. So each of them is 53 degrees, which is good because they're vertical. They need to be equal. So I hope that helps, and as always, reach out to me if you need extra support, okay?